Hello?
Hello. Let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids on the action committee. Should we add 2 more chairs up there or they'll put them up there if they need them? Hello?
Are we working? Test, test.
button when it's time to talk.
Like
Yeah.
right now. it'd be 8 minutes
You can
late.
hit the button.
Hello? There we go. Okay, motion to commence. Thank you. So the first agenda item is should I go with okay. We're welcoming and introducing new members and guests.
Please come up and introduce yourself with your name and including.
My name is Shaheen and I'm in the ninth grade.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shreya. I go to Mountain House High School. I'm a junior. My pronouns are she, her. And I'm here because I wanted to just get more involved in the community. And I found out through Miss Jamie and Miss Lisa.
All right, welcome. Is there any other new members?
I'm Pranavi. I go to Mountain House High School and I'm in 10th grade. Thank you.
Obviously, I'm too old to be a high school student. I'm a guest of Chairperson Bernice Tingle.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for coming.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So we'll begin with our third agenda item, which is the virtual communication among YAC members, alongside the roles and responsibilities of different YAC members. So I'd like to start on that.
Does everybody sign the spreadsheet? Yes, a spreadsheet. The sign-in sheet, sorry.
What did you say?
The sign-in sheet. Does everybody sign?
Yeah, everyone signed it. When you talk, sometimes I think the Lord didn't ask me to talk. He said mumbles.
Okay.
Yeah, you're-
And another thing?
Okay.
November 1st.
I'll give you first. I'll give you.
No, I have a pen.
In case anyone's confused, agenda number 5 has been moved up to 3. So it's just a slight reordering.
Sorry about that.
on to the next agenda item.
Okay. As of right now, we're having some technical issues, so we'll move on to the holiday party planning. Who's gonna start on that?
Okay, so last month, I think we began talking about the holiday planning party. So for those of you who are like new, the holiday party is a yearly thing we do in December. It used to be called the Christmas party, but to like be more inclusive, we've just generalized it to the holiday party. And I think this meeting, we want to get over just the general items that we will need. And did we already decide a date?
Yeah, December 9th.
December, yeah. And then the date which we decided for this was December 9th.
Just say that it's like a way to promote membership.
Oh yeah, so the main reason of the holiday party is so that we can promote more members to join. We've done this before in the past. It was relatively successful. And yeah, so this year, does anyone have any like suggestions for what things we should get for the holiday party? Other than like, yeah, the basic stuff like utensils and then like tablecloth, all that stuff. Any like foods, anything?
If you do, please raise your hand.
Does anybody have any dietary restrictions?
Yeah, good question.
Oh, yeah.
Other than being lactose intolerant.
Or vegetarian?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but does anyone have any dietary? Yeah. Sorry? You cannot eat eggs? Okay. Let me write that down. You got it? Okay. Are there any other dietary restrictions? Okay. Yeah, right.
She's vegetarian.
Yes.
She's
Yes, okay.
vegetarian.
Yes.
Fruit tray, vegetable tray, pizza, both vegetarian and non-vegetarian, and popcorn, those kinds of things.
Okay, yeah. So we have a large variety of things. And there's like, yeah, like, as Ms. Tingle mentioned, we have like usually like a fruit basket. We have like a vegetarian and non-vegetarian pizza. We had popcorn. We also had like hot chocolate. So those are all things which we had last year. And we could probably bring those over this year as well, if that's what you guys think would work best. And then we can also add additional items if needed.
We can do like something more, maybe like muffins, cakey, things like that.
Yeah, we can. Where is she?
To like fit the vibe of holiday.
Let me see my notes. All right. Are there any other suggestions regarding the Yak holiday party?
Feel free to speak, by the way. It's not nothing too serious, so. Sorry, white elephant? Any thoughts on that?
On what?
White elephant.
Yeah.
How do I explain that? Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah. So if everybody could get a gift, that would be great. But if not, we can't. We don't want anybody to be left out. So we might have to take a vote on this. We might have to see with everybody. So it's just, how do you guys want to do it?
I think we could have like a price limit for each gift, like maybe $10, $20. So it's nothing to anyone being jealous or going overboard or anything like that. So
Can we not do it like any food because some people have dietary restrictions?
sorry,
Like-
excuse me?
No food.
No food at the party.
No, not that. The gift
Oh,
exchange.
yes, of course, yeah.
No food. But let's keep like the gift budget limit to like $10, $15 because we don't want anybody to go overboard that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Forrest?
Yeah, I mean, generally, it is a little bit unnecessary.
Forrest. Okay, we can do a vote on the white elephant. So everyone who wants to do it, please raise your hands.
White elephant gift exchange.
Okay, people who do not want to do it, please raise your hands. Okay, so never that we will not be doing that.
Okay, are you sharing it?
Want games or anything?
Game? Oh, you can bring it.
Have we done games in the past? Like at the holiday party? Board games.
Board games. We do
What
have.
board games?
I don't know too
Like
specifically.
Monopoly?
So as Ms. Bernice said, we have had movies before, and we have held multiple board games. We use some from the library, but people can bring in whatever board games that they really want. We have a section like after like eating where we just like, you know, play around and stuff like that, and like everybody gets introduced to Yak. So it's really good segment to like bring board games, I believe.
Are there any other comments, concerns, or suggestions regarding the holiday party?
Isn't this our only meeting before, like, as a whole? Like, as a Yak whole?
Before the Christmas
Like,
party?
we want to push the timeline because we only have like a month for this. And, well, we only have a month for the project, so.
Yeah, so we need to get all of our final ideas finalized.
Down.
Yeah, we have to pick a deadline. So does anyone have any time suggestions by when? Deadline for when we have all our ideas? Yeah, ideas, advertising for the holiday party.
We,
At least 2 weeks before the Christmas party.
can we have a workshop for this? Don't think so.
I think that a good deadline could be the meeting before Christmas party, because I think there is one, because the second Tuesday, I think so.
But that is way too late to hold things off.
I think it would be a good idea to designate a day and time that you'll do the holiday shopping for the.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, so like last year, I think me, Yash, and Paris went with Miss Tingle to Costco so we could buy like the things we needed for the holiday party. So we also need to decide a date for when we're gonna go shopping for those items and for like who wants to come along and stuff. Is there any, Miss Tingle, is there like any specific date that you would like to recommend for the holiday shopping?
I won't be here on my holiday party, however, there will be other adults that will be here at the supplies. It'll be out here in this area. But as before, I won't be doing kind of until the second, and we shop early for the non-perishable items. And with the pizza, we just ordered that, we had to pick up that day. However, we can shop in period time for the non-perishable items like hot chocolate and things, but I might not suggest this holiday party and membership. This isn't something new. We've been doing it for years now. Even the items that we pick for our food items, you know, my standard is if it's not broke, don't fix it. There's just certain things that young people always like to eat, and that's your sodas, your and also take into consideration the cutoff date for people responding to them coming to the holiday party.
Okay.
So we make sure that we have enough food.
So I've gone to this probably like my third or fourth holiday party. So at least, yeah. So I already have a very rough idea of what's going to be on the shopping list. But the main focus is I kind of want to push out deadlines and timelines. So for you said that we need to shop for non-perishable foods. You said that we usually do that. I mean, for perishable foods, we usually do that like the day before, or like the Tuesday before.
I think she said 2 weeks.
Like our hot chocolate and
Utensils.
And, well, the things that were ordered last time, I think I was out of town. I forgot what the date of the party was last time, but, the team that's here, the adult team that's here that will go and be put in the bill. Shopping in at least 2 or 3 days ahead of time would work out well.
Okay, so since we have the party itself on Friday evening, we can try to do Tuesday from like 6 to 8 for shopping. It probably won't even be 2 hours, but just precautionary. For that would be December 6th from 6 to 8, if anyone has any conflicts. Okay, so for, yeah, I already have it. So
December 6th.
yeah, December 6th, 6 to 8 p.m. And then typically we usually go to places like Costco, Walmart, Dollar Tree, maybe. You know,
I think it was Costco, Walmart, and.
Party City?
no.
You guys are talking about
Yeah.
non-perishables,
So-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then typically we usually
Uh-huh, I
meet
do.
up at Walmart, and then we end up at Costco.
So
So
do we
yeah, we
have a
can get
list?
a rough shopping list down for that. But what I want to hear from you guys are what do you guys want to see different for those at least who have come here to holiday parties before? We had board games, we had a movie playing up here on the TV, we had music playing on a Spotify playlist, we had musical chairs over there, we had food, we had vegetable dishes. Is there anything in specific that you want to see from us? Any fresh ideas?
Personally, I felt like it was like the party itself was pretty good last year. Maybe to get a higher turnout, if we push advertising earlier on and we push it like more than we did last year, then we could get a higher turnout. Because last year, the majority of the people who showed up were people who were already Yak members. So to encourage people who are not Yak members to come, I think, yeah, we should contact the advertising committee and talk more about that.
So since we have roughly a month for the holiday party, I would say like 2 to 3 weeks in advance for advertising would be good. So maybe 2 weeks. So maybe by next week we can have a proper flyer down. So next week for the flyer, and then the week after next we can have it sent out to the LUSD schools and distributed on social media. Does that sound good for those of you who are in the advertising committee? Okay. So then going, right. So obviously Yak is 6 to 12. For those of you on the advertising committee, I can email you the information. And just to go off of that, I feel like we should also hold workshops to some extent, just to like make sure we're keeping up on track. So because we won't be meeting up in person until the holiday party. So
Do you want to do like a workshop on Saturday?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Just for the advertising committee?
No, in general for this entire thing because it's already 7:30 and we have much more things to go down on the list.
I don't think we should have a workshop for just a party. It's,
A vote. So, who would like to have a workshop this Saturday? Please raise your hand. Just for general about more things regarding the holiday party.
It's like 7:30 and we still have much more to go down in the agenda. So maybe like putting this hold till like Saturday would be a better idea because we want to get through everything.
Okay, so if you would like to have a workshop this Saturday, please raise your hand. 2, 3. Because we're running out of time. And then, okay, how many are there total?
So propose 11 to 12.
Okay, yeah, so it seems like the majority of people are fine with a workshop this Saturday. We need a location and a time. Josh recommended 11 to 12. Does that work with most people? Yes. Okay, and what?
Ms. Tinkle, is it possible we can hold the workshop maybe at your house?
If that is November the 12th, that would work for me, 11 to 12 p.m. So I can compliment
Okay, perfect. Saturday. Okay, so we will host a workshop this Saturday at Miss Tingle's house. We will send out an email after this meeting regarding like the address and all the further information. But I think it's best that we move on to further agenda items. Darwin.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll be discussing the roles and responsibilities of different YAC committees and members. So please take it.
Oh, yeah, right. Hello, guys. My name is David Saman, as you guys all know me. And today I wanted to bring something very important. Like I've been thinking about this ever since I joined YAC, and it's been something that I've been very passionate about. YAC roles and responsibilities is something that I see that is very, very important for this organization and for our success. Yes, please reference the slide that's going to be behind me, but I'm going to be mostly speaking about it. So how does YAC actually work right now? So right now, we have 5 YAC council members that oversee everything and help make sure that everything goes right, like events, and they plan out most of the stuff. And to support the council members, we have subcommittees, 3 separated subcommittees that each have their own unique jobs. For example, we have the marketing committee and the volunteer management committee. Each committee has its own job that helps support the council members' plan for events and otherwise. But usually there is no communication between these committees, which makes it hard. So what is the problem with the communication system and the organization system that we have right now? The problem is that the current system of communication is very, very ineffective. It feels like we are divided and not really getting the message across. So we, as the council members, we're trying to do one thing, and then the subcommittees are focused on another thing, and it feels like we're not really connecting. It's like we're working on different things all at once. So I'm trying to prevent this by making collaborations and making just more effective in teamwork and communication in general. Yeah, so as I've said before, the lack of communication makes it really hard to organize events, work out meetings, and even workshops. As right now, we've been seeing like workshops just pop out at random, and it really makes it hard to plan out what's really going to happen next. And you know, it's not that we're not putting any work in. Everybody puts in a lot of work and is very committed to YAC. I see it in a lot of people, but usually this work is not going anywhere because the lack of communication really hurts this organization. It's like everybody's paddling through a stream, but we're not really going anywhere because the stream is pushing us back because we're not coordinated enough. So this is how YAC currently feels. It feels divided. It feels like each and everybody's on different sides, and we can't really connect each other. And I feel like once we make a bridge that connects everybody together, it's going to be a lot of a stronger organization. So how is YAC actually supposed to function? YAC is supposed to be a strong organization that communicates together and uses teamwork to benefit the community. We're supposed to be an organization for the community. We're here to make the community basically a better place. So what is stopping us from actually doing what we're supposed to do? It's the divide between all the subcommittees, council members, and the members. So how do you guys feel when you guys get emails about certain events that's happening without actually knowing beforehand, because you had no participation in actually planning it out? You guys usually feel confused, and you know, where did this come from? This is sorry, I have to reposition myself. This is usually caused by the miscommunication that happens between the subcommittees. Each subcommittee is working on a different thing, focusing on a different subject than what we really need to focus on. It's not the events that's the problem, it's the miscommunication. So how can we really fix this? We need to change how the subcommittees communicate. We're still going to use subcommittees. We're still going to have subcommittees. Each subcommittee has a very important role in how YAC how YAC works. But what we're going to change is how the subcommittees basically interact with each other. So rather than having each subcommittee as its own little team that is divided and set away, we're going to make a big team that is connected. So basically, yes, still that each subcommittee still has its own jobs. That does not change, but the way we communicate is as a whole big team. So a subcommittee is given a job, they do that job, and then they go back to the rest of the committees and the council members, and they report that job and they report what they have done. That makes it a lot. That makes us a lot more stronger. And sorry, give me a second. That makes us a lot more stronger and collaborative. That brings the best out of us and the best ideas and the best opportunities that we could use. So this is all of what I've said. Now, council members will still have a big part in subcommittees. A big part of YAC and subcommittees. Council members will still overlook subcommittees and will report out to each other. Okay, so basically council members will be more involved in how subcommittees work and will be the main thing connecting each subcommittee. And we will start to work on where subcommittees will be joined together in certain events. So basically the marketing committee and the volunteer management committee could be working on together, like each get into a workshop and work together towards a better academics, for example, or another event. So it's just going to be a more connected and stronger team. And that's what we're looking for. Don't you guys agree? So how do we become more connected? So basically communication is the biggest part of this organization, and it is what will lead us to success. So what is okay, sure. You got that? Okay, I will give this part to Yash because he knows more about this. Thank you.
Okay, so I know for some of you, checking up on your email and even like giving it a second thought, sometimes it's just like an inconvenience. Like I know personally, if I see an email like all the time from like the same person, I'm just gonna ignore it at the end of the day. So the overall system with email and YAC, it's just overall slow. So basically what we're trying to propose here is a different communication platform. So that way each team, its member and its subcommittees can kind of group together. And we have two possible solutions for that we've kind of nailed down. We have Slack and WhatsApp. So for Slack, for those of you who don't know, it's an application similar to many messaging apps that people use. Not only is it easy to use and learn, but it's also a very effective way to communicate between teams of members. So for those of you who use maybe Discord, how there's a hierarchy of text chats and notification systems. So we can say, here, I can show it to you on the next slide. We can have different channels in which information is organized. Say, if you look on the right, we can have a channel just for people in the advertising committee. We have a general chat for people to communicate their concerns of the overall youth action committee. And then we have outreach committee, volunteer management, things like that. Then we have a general notification system for volunteer opportunities.
And these channels will be open to all. So any subcommittees could always look at other text channels and see what they're actually working on, still emphasizing this teamwork and this communication and togetherness, basically.
So for say the notification system for volunteer opportunities, that can be notifications only sent out by council members. That way, you can basically get a ping by for basically the most important aspects of Yak. Say, we can only set notifications on for certain things like, oh, okay, so there's a volunteer opportunity coming up next Monday. So that would be like the only way you can get a ping. So that way you're not overall like dredged by all these notifications coming from Yak. And then if you really want to focus on your committee, then you can have notifications open there. And then the biggest point about Slack that I think our previous liaison, Ms. Lamb, focused on was that for communication platforms, we need to make it so that way the history is saved. And so the perfect part about Slack is that we can have it so that way the server, if you're an admin, you can control whether users are allowed to delete information, and then all the information should be retained. So that's our biggest pro for this communication platform.
Yes, and then obviously I'm gonna go through this very quickly since I'm pretty sure most of us are familiar with WhatsApp. So it's similar to just normal messaging apps where we can make group chats, add people, and we can have one for the Youth Action Committee. The pros is that people are a lot more familiar with this platform in comparison to Slack. And it's like a lot more like common to people. It's just you text, you can do it. The issues though, which we have found out, one of the biggest ones is that users are allowed to unsend their messages. And as Josh said, Ms. Lamb focused heavily on how the chat history has to be saved. So that is one big issue that if we do go with WhatsApp, we will have to address. And also there can be a lot of clutter this way, as people can be talking over each other, talking about different subjects. And overall, it could be very, yeah, as I said, it could be a clutter for everybody.
So it's your guys' turn to like choose which communication like application you guys like to use and see which one would like fit your uses and your needs.
Really quick, Ms. Tingle, do you have any specific comments about the two communication platforms?
Thank you for asking, because I do. First of all, I want to commend the team that has taken the opportunity to move forward and
Thank you very much. I've been waiting for this like a long time. Thank you. Thank you.
but I do like the different platforms where everyone can come together and look, because it puts the focus on the individual and Yak to look and see what it is they're really interested in. And not wait for someone to send their email. So it makes it a twofold responsibility.
I think that using Slack would be better. And this is just my opinion. It's because Slack is like a bit more like professional in a way. It's more formal, and you can't have like the problem of deleting messages. And another thing is that WhatsApp messages can sometimes really take up your storage, and it would be hard to like go through and delete it. It takes up storage.
Okay, also, I do like the idea of Slack, but we still do need the email system for just monthly reminders and stuff. So we still can't get rid of that completely. Just know that.
So we
But
can
Slack
have a
is a better way
hybrid
to
system
communicate.
almost, where not only will we send out emails, but for like more instantaneous like communication, we can use Slack or WhatsApp. So if we can do a quick vote really quick, all in favor of using Slack, please raise your hands.
Yes.
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 Okay. I don't think it's necessary to vote on WhatsApp. I think we have a unanimous decision.
Yes. Yeah, as Rishi and Tanisha have stated, we're not going to stop the emails, but Slack is just a better and faster way to communicate between people. Before, emails are very slow, clunky. They take a lot of like everybody's time, and you can't check it instantaneously. Usually emails are checked every once a day in the morning, so that becomes a really hard way to communicate like very fast between people. So Slack is really good for this. But we'll still have emails since we need to communicate with other people too.
So for our,
I know this is your meeting and not mine. Oh, let's take,
Come speak.
So this is a conversation that had come up a couple times in the past. And I believe one of the concerns that when this had come up last time was that the CSD, any official communication from the CSD, because the YAC is a subset of the CSD, cannot be deleted. There needs to be a permanent record of it all the time. The issue with Slack and WhatsApp is that any of these messages can be deleted, unlike email.
So one of the things which we covered is that administrators have the ability to actually remove that access from people so that they cannot delete their messages. So we will have a permanent history.
We made sure that both applications have the option.
Just like
What's up, kid?
No.
Yeah, we made sure that we picked applications that could be heavily moderated. We had our original idea. We wanted to use Discord, but Discord cannot be heavily moderated since messages can be easily deleted on there. But Slack is a really good option since messages can be moderated and they can't be deleted.
so for our new liaisons at the CSD, can we have your opinion on this? Because at the end of the day, you guys give us the final matter.
Sorry, I really don't have the authority to have an opinion. That would be up to Nicole, I would say, our board clerk. Whether I think you're asking if it's okay with the Brown Act and that kind of thing. I don't know.
We'll run it by, and we'll do it together, we'll run it by.
Nicole, yeah, that's the board clerk, yeah.
Right, but what's your opinion on it? I think it's as long as we're following the guidelines, and I really commend you, you should take that into consideration. Keep the data, hold the data, because that's standard. So as long as we're not deviating from policies and procedures, then I think things would be in alignment, and we stick to it and have administrators that will acknowledge it, and if anything, you want to put in the safeguards of respect and those types of things as you're dealing with what. The other comment that I did want to make is that I love the idea of using the
Yeah, thank you.
made that role very functional.
Yes, but also one of the reasons we're doing the whole communication thing, right, and making subcommittees actually like part of a bigger team, is that everybody knows what everybody's doing. But council members would be telling the committee that they're observing most of the information, but still everybody could see what everybody else is doing. Also, I wanted to say, we would be very happy to have Mrs. Nicole like come during our workshop so she could actually see how Slack works, and she could decide from there. That would actually really, like it'd be really good experience, like showing her how it works.
Presentation no more than about 15, 20 minutes after that you lose people. So 15 to 20 minutes and so she can get the overall opinion, because support's what we need all.
Okay, so later today or tomorrow when we send out our recap email. We'll make sure to include all the further information you guys need to know about the Slack group chat that we'll make. But we do need to move on as we have other items to come to go. So we will cover this later in the email, or if needed, we can cover in the workshop if necessary.
The next agenda item is our academic tutoring program. Just have some comments on that.
Oh, okay, so first of all, for Yak, I mean, just today, we're having a lot of turnout for kids coming, so that's good. And it's got kind of getting, the space is too small for the amount of people we're getting. We have like 7 tutors and like 10 children in one room. So we're wondering if it'd be possible to get a bigger room or like get multiple rooms to like split off into different rooms.
Yeah, we're thinking someplace like the makerspace that they have.
Yes.
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 And I'll accept
Thank you so much, Ms. Tingle.
We had anticipated that could be something that would happen, so we'll try to make that happen.
Okay, perfect. Are there any other comments regarding the academic student program other than expanding into a larger room?
Oh, actually, yes. Would it be possible to get like a supply box or something? Because a lot of kids forget pencils.
I think that can be arranged, right?
Yeah, I think pencils, just paper, bound paper.
Erasers, colored pencils, markers. We usually need that stuff to, like, sometimes we need to explain something. Yes.
And also one more thing is that I know technically speaking, we're supposed to tutor 2nd through 8th graders, but we found that our biggest turnout is actually from K through 4th grade. Yeah, and I mean, we've handled them. Because the thing is, they come in with their older siblings, so we can't just like turn one down and accept the others. So we've handled them, and we've handled them fairly well. So we were thinking if we can just officially expand them to be part of like the target audience.
I mean, it hasn't been like, from personally, I've gone to like multiple of the academic tutoring sessions, and the kindergartners, I mean, it's not as bad as you would think it is. At most, they need help with like phonics or like saying letters, but it's never been like as much of an issue as like we might have thought it was previously.
I'm really impressed by your flexibility and want to be serving to everyone, but all the data information that we put out will have to change. Everything has guidelines. We'll have to change the type of information we put out. When we went to all the schools and got approval, it was from from 2nd through 8th grade. So that means now we're changing our guidelines. If you want to start with kindergarten, which I think in kindergarten, when I was kindergarten, all you taught people about is color within the dark line. But I think kindergarten's changed now. People are stepping out of mountains all the time, so kindergarten's a new thing. But to come to the chase, if the group feels that we want to take in starting at kindergarten, we have to change our literature to go along with what we're advertising, what we're doing, I should say. So that would mean the same thing now, of going back to the drawing board and revamping our literature, and then also going back to not the high school, going back to the superintendent's office and say we want to increase our span of supervision.
We didn't anticipate for a lot of kindergartners to come in.
Okay, what you guys are glorified babysitters, but anyway.
You'd be surprised. The parents just like disappear in like the library. We find them like somewhere else 2 hours later.
Yeah.
The parents' friends were there. We didn't know what to do.
And let's, if I don't want to discourage anything that you guys have decided that you want to do, but one thing dealing with kindergarten and 1st grade, that's a kind of a different mindset. The kids are young. Parents need to be close to hand when you have a kindergarten.
Yeah.
There. So it's more responsibility on a parent to be at close reach, and now you become, your supervision is more you're supervising more now, because you cannot leave a person that is in kindergarten and first grade on their own for any length of time. You have to have an eagle eye on them all the time. So we want to watch our standard supervision and our liability, because liability is a big issue.
So currently, we do tell the parents that you do have to stay in the library, no matter what age they are. And we also do walk the kids to their parents just in case anything does happen. So if their parents aren't there, we just take them back and have them wait until the parents do come.
Yeah, like
So-
even if they have to go to like the restroom and they need to grab a book, we make sure at least one tutor is with them at all times.
Over the years, when I say guys, I mean girls too. Over the years, you guys have really taken the assignment and the task to heart. You realize that you're responsible, even though it's young, you're responsible for people and you have to watch them. And I'm really impressed by that, because that's a lot of responsibility. So that's something, if you want to do, I'd like to see more thought go into it. And if that's what the consensus of the group is, then we do have to revamp our marketing. And we also have to go to the school and tell them this is the span that we want to now work with. We want to go kindergarten through 8th grade.
So I think that's something that we can kind of discuss when we go into our workshop this Saturday. So since we're kind of reaching our timeline here, I'd like to have a push for the next agenda item.
Okay, so our next agenda item is future agenda items.
Just to summarize, so we do have, I think we chose the workshop date on Saturday. We chose that we will go shopping for the holiday party on December 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. Advertising, next week we'll have a flyer, and the week after next. Well, yeah, it's distributed, and then no workshop. So in terms of future agenda items, I think we need to further talk about the holiday party at the Saturday workshop. We will also, as I said, we'll cover the Slack and all the Slack information, including a, that's what they call tutorial for anyone who needs it. And yeah, I believe that's the main future agenda items. Next.
No, like
The next second Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Second Tuesday.
Second Tuesday of the month.
Mhm.
December. We can start talking about, since we did communication, we can start talking about.
If you really want to get a person retention, whisper.
Speak louder.
Doesn't matter. You think you guys want to talk about next meeting? You guys think we want to talk about like what each subcommittee will actually start doing now that we have actual communication?
Especially in regard to the holiday party, I think now we can finally start like using the full subcommittee system to its potential, since we actually have something for us all to do. So yeah.
Another thing, I don't really see what the outreach is doing right now, because all I'm hearing about is the volunteer committee.
Yeah, so what I was talking about today is basically bringing all these subcommittees together, right? It worked beautifully. I'm happy. I'm very happy. What the next step now is actually like what's the word for it? Like making sure that each subcommittee knows what they're supposed to do, and in comparison with what other subcommittees are doing. So we're basically reaffirming what they're gonna do, bringing in potential more subcommittees to like for all members, and we're basically we are I don't want to say redefining, but like making explaining what each subcommittee will do and has what the responsibilities are basically. I think that's our next step.
Our last agenda item is anyone, does anyone have any public comments?
Any questions? Of course. Thank you.
If we look at the news, this doesn't happen in America, so I'm just proud of all of you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm sort of taking over for Ms. Lamb. She mentioned to me last time that I should mention when you're talking about roles and responsibilities, that it would be beneficial to appoint someone in your council to come up with a draft agenda and send that to the district clerk 2 weeks before your meeting. If that would be okay.
I could do that because
Yeah,
I'm outreach.
so that Nicole or the district
You're
clerk
already
would
doing
know
the-
what's on the agenda.
Okay, not 1 week, but 2 weeks.
That's what
But you're
Angel
already
said
doing one.
last time. She,
Okay, we could try and shoot for that, and I want the team to listen up. Like tonight, as we're talking about the future agenda items,
when does it have to be published? I don't know that.
it's supposed to be published 72 hours before the meeting.
Okay.
So, like tonight, we're coming up with future agenda items, and that would be potentially what would go on the next agenda items, and we'll have 2 weeks before the meeting, make sure that that's the road that we're going to take.
Is she asking us to like make a draft of this, or is she making, asking us to make a, like a draft of like the slides and what we were going to present?
And just the list of what you're going to be talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, okay.
Just the agenda items.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Could I maybe send out the emails? Make the list, yeah. Could I make the list?
She just wants to do the next agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just noting what everyone said they want on the agenda next.
Yes.
Okay, you can make a list and then we'll run it by the council list.
Just email to us.
Yeah. I think I can finish it by this
And
week.
then we'll make sure that it gets in.
You wanna
as
make sure it's
communicated
after this
before it
workshop.
gets to,
Yeah.
The staff 2 weeks ahead. Then you can report back that you'll make it.
Any more public comments? I just want to say, guys, I'm really happy of what happened today. I just want to see, did you guys like what was presented today? I just want to ask. Yes? Okay, thank you, thank you.
Oh, I do have another comment. If you have further presentations, the best way to handle that is to have it on a thumb drive ready to go on this laptop in future.
Motion to adjourn the meeting. Don't need it. Raffle? Yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay.
Well, I think Dylan wanted to.
Okay, left lieutenant.
Yeah, he has tennis practice.
Report out to the board tomorrow night.
And he said you got next.
Everyone who's reported out to the board of directors, that's in this room, they can raise their hand. Everyone who has reported out. Raise your hand.
Wait, Tanisha or Devin, so she let me do that.
Oh, who has?
Who has reported out?
Tanisha's done it too. He's not here to raise his hand.
Okay, you have not reported out. Really?
No, I have not. I've yet to report. I wanted to do it.
You can take it.
What a wonderful candidate.
He won't mind. He will not mind. We can talk to him.
No, I'm fine.
I will force it out of him.
Yeah, he's reported out several times. So when Tanish left tonight,
I'll
what
call
was
him.
his understanding? You've never reported out before?
I don't know what the process is.
Yeah, Josh got you. I got you, Tiffany did.
Well, let me just
I
give you an
don't.
observation. You have no problem talking.
No, I don't have.
And you do explain yourself. And my philosophy is that less is best. And so just tell what happened, not how we got there, but just that we arrived and this is, but I know that you'll be great. And so you'll have about 2 minutes.
I can, what's it called? I can like stumble over the words sometimes. Is that fun?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. You'll do great. Yeah, so you'll be reporting out.
Any further comments from anyone? Well, this is a motion to adjourn.
You might,